So there you have it. There's the pluses and minuses of each. There's the pluses and minuses of the GoPro and the plus and minuses of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Hey, Pops here. I wanted to do this video because we've been using the GoPro series up until this point for our YouTube channel. We've used the GoPro 9, 10, and 12. The 13 doesn't have anything that I was looking for, so I didn't invest in that. Maybe the next time. I did, however, invest in the Pocket 3. It's a cool little camera, has a 1-inch sensor, and does a really good job at several things. So what I wanted to do is lay out how we use it, what features are best for us, and hopefully that'll help you decide which one, or both of them, you'll need. First off, let's talk about our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel, The Many Adventures of GG and Pops, is not here to make money. I think right now we have 50 subscribers, and making money is not our intent. We're here to merely record our legacy so that people in the future, such as our grandkids, great-grandkids, whatever else, can go back and look. And instead of saying, hey, remember that time we were on Lake Wiley and we fell out of the tube? You can actually go and see that if you want to. So that's the reason for our YouTube channel. Been using mainly the GoPros because it's got such great image quality, got such great image stabilization. It's very durable, it's very rugged. You can take it underwater. There's a lot of great things. But now I'm going to talk about the pros of the GoPro as well as the Pocket 3 and the pluses and minuses for each one that may help you select which one you may need. So number one, the main reason that we like the GoPro is the fact that it has a small form factor. This is it. It's on a snap mount, which we love the snap mounts. Allows you to quickly and easily move from one mount to the other. But anyway, this is the GoPro 10. Yeah, this is a GoPro 10. I'm recording on the 12. Gave my 9 to our middle son for a trip to Peru that he had. But anyway, it has a small form factor. It's not this huge thing that you have to carry around with a gimbal or whatever else. It's got a nice small form factor. It's waterproof. And it goes just about everywhere. It is a great action camera, and it's done us very, very well for the past several years. The second feature that I really like on this GoPro, the GoPro series, is the image stabilization. Now, GoPro's image stabilization is called Hypersmooth. I know some of the other cameras that are out there have different names for it, but GoPro's is called Hypersmooth. It really does a good job. If you've ever seen anybody mountain biking or doing any kind of very active sport and they're recording with a GoPro, it looks buttery smooth. As you know, we go to Disney a lot, and so we ride roller coasters, and oftentimes we'll record things. We get thrown around quite a bit on the rides, such as Expedition Everest and all the other thrill rides that are at Disney. But when you record on this, it comes out very smooth. It's not like you're being jarred around as much as you are. It just, the image stabilization is. Another thing that I like about the GoPro is the color options. Now, I'm not talking about D-Log or D-Log-M or whatever else that you use to color grade things. I don't do that. I'm probably one of 30 people in the United States that use Adobe Rush to edit their videos. Started using it. I'm used to it. It does what I want it to do. But I like our images and our video saturated and the color bumped up. The GoPro Hero 12 has an option for color that you can select as vibrant. With that selected, you can simply pop it into your editor, and you don't have to do anything to it. There's no color grading, none of that. Pop it in, export it, upload it to YouTube, and you're done. Another thing that we really like about the GoPro is its durability. I've had this mounted to my car on a suction mount. We take it with us on the lake when we go fishing. We take it tubing with us. We oftentimes have it somebody on the tube actually carrying it. Very, very durable, and it's waterproof. So that brings a lot into the usability of it. You can use it in a wide range of situations. Another thing that I like about the GoPro is the seemingly endless amount of accessories that you can buy for it. They have everything from the snap mounts, which I totally move from one to another. It has a chest mount that you can wear this with. It's very convenient. We use that while we're fishing. We're out on Lake Norman and somebody gets a bite. I'll take it down from wherever it was, pop it on my chest, and we'll get a point of view from the person catching the fish, or if I'm the person catching the fish. Really, really cool. You can also get a dome that goes half above water and half below water to capture some really, really cool video. We've got, this is all my investment into the GoPro Ecosphere. Got a chest mount, which I've used to capture video on. Got a floaty handle so that when you're on a water tube, it doesn't sink. Just everything. Another set of wireless mics. I've got a wrist strap. Got tons of stuff in there. Even got a gimbal. I'll talk about this gimbal a little bit later. But this is an Inky Falcon Plus. It's one of the few gimbals that allowed you to have a media mod on your GoPro and it would stabilize the footage. This does an excellent job of what it does. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out the way that I had hoped it would. So, accessories. They're out there. They're inexpensive. Tons of them. One of the features that I really, really love about the GoPro is a feature called Hindsight. I think they've had it since GoPro 9. It may have been earlier than that, but I bought in at GoPro 9 and I've got up to 12, as I talked about earlier. Hindsight is a really cool feature. It's kind of like your DVR. When you're watching TV and your DVR is recording, it's always recording, and you can go back and look at the previous minute or two of footage if you want to on your DVR, even though it's live TV. TiVo pioneered that way back when. GoPro does the same thing with a feature called Hindsight. What we use it for is when we're out fishing, just trolling around or fishing, we'll put this GoPro up and we'll turn on Hindsight. Hindsight captures, you can set it up to 15 or 30 seconds of history that it continually records. And when we get a bite, we press the record button. And at that point in time, it includes in the video that it's capturing either 15 or 30 seconds before. So like when I was at Richfield Park the other day, I had this chest mounted. And whenever I would get a bite or have a fish, I would click the button and I would have 15 seconds or 30 seconds ahead of that I could say fish, and you would capture the fish as well. That's a really, really cool feature. I know some other action cameras have that. They call it different things. But once again, I've got all this stuff invested, and that Hindsight feature has always been one of the great features of the GoPro. One of the coolest features that I like about the GoPro is the fact that when you get it home and plug it into charge, it will automatically upload all of your videos and photos to the cloud under your GoPro account. You do have to have a GoPro membership, which is, I think, $100 a year. And it's well worth it because you can have, things replaced like your GoPro for a nominal fee. I used it once on a media mod that went bad for me, and it was very quick, very seamless. But the auto backup is really cool. It goes under your account on GoPro, and you can access it from any website after you log in. Very, very cool. One of the last positives about the GoPro is that I've got so much invested in it. This is probably at least $600 or $700 worth of stuff. I've got filters, I've got lights, I've got mounts, I've got a wrist mount, just a bunch of different things. An extra media mod, another set of wireless mounts, chest mounts, and a bunch of tripods and stuff. Invested in snap mount. That's a really cool thing to have. Bought the Inky Falcon Plus, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And I got a lot of money invested in this. It's not just easy for me to toss it all away and invest in something like the DJI Action 5 or whatever their latest version is. Also, the GoPro 13 has a new battery. So all these batteries that I have, here's my 3-pack of batteries that are always remain charged. I just can't use them in the 13. So, and once again, the 13 didn't have anything that I was hoping for. So we're stuck on 12 right now. So with all the things that GoPro does really well, there's several things that it doesn't do very well. And one of the things that I would hope that it would do, and I've hoped it would do over the past several years, is perform well in low light situations. You know, when you're on the street at night, or you're riding a dark ride at Disney like Navi River Journey, Pirates of the Caribbean, something like that. I've tried everything I can. I even bought an Inky Falcon Plus gimbal so that I could manually set all my settings, my shutter speed, my ISO, so forth and so on, to get the best possible result. And it still wasn't what I wanted. It still wasn't usable, even for our little YouTube channel. It has a smaller sensor than the Pocket 3, and it doesn't do as good in low light. So I've always needed something that performed well in low light, and the GoPro just hasn't been up to it. Another thing that the GoPro kind of just is difficult to use is because of all the stuff that we like to use with it. For example, we like to use the media mod with it. We like to add our mics to it, and all that is an additional cost. You have to put on the media mod, you have to take off the battery door, you have to connect your mics up. It's a tedious process, and it's even worse with the Inky Falcon Plus. With that on, when I tried to use it at Scarowinds last year, and through Navi River Journey and Pirates of the Caribbean, it hooks on with an Allen wrench. You have 2 screws that you tighten it with the Allen wrench. And when you're using it with the media mod, if you ever needed to charge your GoPro or change the battery, you had to undo one of those with an Allen wrench. You had to take it out. You had to mount it back on. Not the easiest of things. So for me, that just wasn't a solution very much. So, you know, it is what it is. You got to deal with what you got, which we do. So now that we've talked about the GoPro positives and negatives, let's talk about the Pocket 3. There's a bunch of positives about it. There's a few negatives about it. The main reason that I got the Pocket 3 was for its low light capabilities. Now, as I mentioned in my last section on the GoPro negatives, the GoPro is not very good at all at recording in low light. But this little Pocket 3 has a 1-inch sensor built into it, and it allows it to capture lower light situations than the GoPro does. It actually has a special mode on it called low light, and it's very, very good. I actually rented the Pocket 3 before I purchased it. I wanted to make sure that it did what I wanted it to do. And I captured some footage on Pirates of the Caribbean. I also captured some footage on Navi, the River Journey over in Animal Kingdom. Very, very low light situations, both of those. And the footage just came out 10 times better than anything that ever produced. So the Pocket 3 is a low light beast. It's very, very good at what it does in the low light. There's also, of course, some other features too, but once again, the main reason I got it, because I needed a low light situation filming, and that's what I got. You know, when we were talking about the GoPro positives, one of the things that I said was that it's very small and very compact. Well, the Pocket 3 is as well. It's actually probably less intrusive when you're actually using it because it fits in the palm of your hand and you're recording like this. If you're recording out in front of you, or if you're recording this way, which you're doing some type of selfie to it, it's very compact. I don't think it's as noticeable as if somebody's on the street using the GoPro, where they usually have it on a tripod or some type of selfie stick. This, you can pop it into its case. Here's its case. And it can actually, believe it or not, fit in your pocket, hence the name, I guess. I don't know. But very compact. After using the Pocket 3 for a while, capturing low light at Disney and some other things that we've done around here, one of the other features that I really like about this camera is the fact that it has in it. This makes it much easier for you if you're out fishing or you're out by yourself and you want to capture, some video of yourself. You can have the Pocket 3 lock on to something and it will follow that. Now, it can't do it 360 degrees. There are some limits to it, but it does a really good job of following you. And that's just one of the really cool modes that I've come to like a little bit on this. I didn't buy it for it, but it just kind of came included. It's called face tracking. By face tracking, you can have it automatically do it, or you can actually lock on a subject by picking it on the screen and creating a box around it, and it'll follow that. Very cool, very powerful. Now I have the DJI Air 2S drone, and it has a similar feature as well. On your display pad, on your controller, if you want it to follow something, then you simply draw a box around it and tell it to follow it. We do that when we're out tubing, and we've got some great footage of putting the drone up, telling it to follow the tube, go all around Lake Norman to Lake Wylie, and it follows it precisely. Very cool. Same thing here, much smaller form factor. Have it follow a person or a face or something like that. I'm going to actually take this out to Richfield Park tomorrow, and I'm going to set it up on a tripod, and I'm going to have it follow the boat. Hopefully it'll work well. Another really cool feature that's part of the Pocket 3 that I didn't realize was a feature called motion lapse. Now, motion lapse is like a time lapse, except that you can tell it to start in point A and end in point B. Those are called waypoints. Once again, DJI drones have them. You can tell it to go up to this foot, move over here, that kind of thing. You can set up to 4 different waypoints on your Pocket 3, and it'll start recording and move from one to the other until it's done. It'll be like a time lapse, but the camera will appear to have motion. Now, if I wanted to do that on a GoPro, I would have to buy something that would actually turn the camera with it on it. And I actually have something like that. It was like 20 bucks from Amazon. But it's built into this gimbal, which is great. Another feature that I didn't know that I needed, but I actually did. I can't wait to get back to Disney and try some time lapse, like with the Epcot ball in the background at night, that kind of thing. Okay, I've owned the Pocket 3 for about 4 weeks now. It's a great little camera. It has some great features on it, some that I'm still learning. I may have some more in a few weeks as I learn more from it. But one of the things that's a negative to it is the fact that it's not an action camera. If I had to put this in a category, I would put it in a vlogger camera. Something that you can take with you, record what you're doing, record what you're seeing, post it on the web, whether that's Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, whatever. It's great at that. It's not great as an action camera. You wouldn't take this on a mountain bike. It has a physical gimbal, so that's going to act negatively if you try to use it as an action camera. One of the other things that I'm not crazy about is the fact that when you use the Pocket 3, because it is a physical gimbal, when you're walking with it, you will notice an up and down motion when somebody's using the Pocket 3. Unless you're a ninja and learn how to ninja walk with it so that the gimbal doesn't move up and down, it's going to show some up and down movement. You don't get that in the GoPro because the electronic image stabilization does that for you. It crops the image, puts it in 4K, and smooths it out for you. So this one gets some up and down movement, which I'm really not crazy about. I don't like that at all. That's why the GoPro wins that category. The next negative on the Pocket 3, I probably wouldn't have said 15 or 20 years ago, but the display on the Pocket 3 is only a 2-inch display. It's very, very small. And as my eyes get older and see less, I have to wear glasses to read stuff. Because I haven't memorized all of the options and where they are within the Pocket 3, because once again, I've only had it for 4 or 5 weeks, I oftentimes have to just poke around and see what I can find where the options are. It's difficult to read because, that's a 2-inch display and I'm supposed to read, measurements like 1/30th of a second, 1/60th of a second, that kind of thing. And I just can't. I have to put on my glasses to read that. So that's a negative. But there is the Mimo app that you can have and put on your phone, and you can link your phone with the Pocket 3, and then you can see what's on the screen there and go through that to do your settings. So that is a solution. But, when you're out vlogging and doing stuff, you don't want to have to hook up your phone, hook to it. You just want to be able to do it. And I guess as I become more familiar with it, it'll become second nature, just like it is on the GoPro, because I've had it for over 3 years now. But for right now, I'm still trying to learn everything. So right now, that's a negative. So there you have it. There's the pluses and minuses of each. There's the pluses and minuses of the GoPro and the plus and minuses of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. The GoPro is better as an action camera. It's better in stabilization. That's what I would pick if I were doing serious sports stuff like going out on the lake, swimming, diving. It's waterproof, whereas a Pocket 3 isn't. Any action sports, I could take this with me, mount it to my car. I wouldn't feel crazy about that. It could handle it. If you're a vlogger and starting a YouTube channel and you want one piece, get the creator combo of the Pocket 3. It comes with a wireless mic and is really, really good. I didn't get the creator combo. I got I already have wireless mics, so I've found a way to hook them up to that. But anyway, if you're starting a YouTube channel or you just want to capture your events that you do throughout the day, DJI Osmo Pocket 3 would probably be what you want. So there you have it. Which one are you picking?